And resting your hands upon your lap or on your knees. Maybe first finger and thumb together. And that's Chin Mudra, that seat of knowledge, keeping our energy fields within the body, resting them down or up on the knees. So just closing the eyes, turning that tailbone down towards the ground so that you feel a gentle, natural lift of the spine. Tucking your chin in ever so slightly, rounding your shoulders back and down away from your ears so that your shoulder blades are resting down your back. Top of the head as though someone's pulling an invisible string from the very crown of the head so that you feel that length, but you feel grounded and settled through your sitting bones or wherever your body makes contact with the ground or block. And just take a few moments here to ground down for today's practice, feeling the earth beneath you. Wherever your body makes contact with the ground, you might wish to imagine that there are roots going down from that point of contact, and those roots are going all the way down towards a rock in the core of the earth. And imagine your roots wrapping around the earth's core. And as you breathe now, imagine drawing up grounded earthed energy from the center of the earth. Imagine that energy, maybe give it a colour, maybe a deep red colour, colour that represents our root chakra. Whatever colour comes to mind, just breathe it in. As you breathe it in, imagine it coursing up through your base like liquid, making its way through every part of your body with every breath, filling up the body with this grounded earthed energy today. I'd like you to notice now any sensations in the body. So a brief body scan from the top of the head now. Imagine this sensation of awareness going down from the top of your head, down your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your torso. Just keep moving down like a wave of gentle awareness, relaxing each part of the body. And when you come upon any parts that feel restricted, tight or uneasy, any blockages, just breathe a few nourishing breaths into that area, sending a message of loving kindness and healing. And imagine, like warm liquid, this energy moving down to the next part of the body. It's like a cleansing breath, flowing, removing any blockages. Keep flowing down. Way down past your hips, down your legs, and out through the soles of your feet, or send that energy back down towards that root you've created in the base of the earth. And just draw your attention now to your breath. So noticing how the breath is feeling today with a gentle awareness. Is it fast or slow, smooth or jagged? Just noticing the breath now. I'd like you to bring your awareness to the space between the breaths now. There might be a slight pause at the end of the inhalation, a slight pause at the end of the exhalation. So it's as though the breath is in 4 parts. There might not be a pause, and that's absolutely fine, but just notice the breath in its 4 parts. See if you can extend that space between. If you come to the end of the exhalation, just hold it there for a little while, relaxing into the exhalation. And taking an in-breath when you're ready, and again, end of the inhalation. Maybe there's a slight pause there. Just resting there. Wonderful. And when you're ready, placing right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. And just tilting your head ever so slightly to the left now. I'd like you to imagine that you're planting a seed, an intention for the day. A positive intention, maybe of love, healing, happiness, whatever it may be. Just planting it deep into the heart soil now. And then come back, bringing the head back to center. Bring the palms of the hands together at the heart space and rubbing the palms, making them nice and warm, and placing them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready, and just allow the hands to melt down away from the face like warm candle wax. Opening your eyes in your own time. So just changing the cross of the legs if you want to. And we'll come into alternate nostril breathing now. So you can change the cross of the legs, or you can come to sit on heels, or legs out straight, or on a chair is fine. Just make yourself comfortable. So from here, keeping your left hand where it is, on your knee or on your lap, bringing the right hand, so middle finger, first finger towards the third eye, and we're going to use the thumb and the ring finger to alternate blocking the nostrils. So when you're ready, placing the thumb over the right nostril, we'll take a few breaths through the left. Nice deep breath in and breathing out. On your next breath in, we're going to retain the breath, so hold the breath for the count of 8. Release the thumb and breathe out completely. In through the right for the count of 4 and hold the breath for 8. Releasing the left nostril completely. In through the left now for 4 and hold for 8. And out through the right completely. In through the right for 4 and hold for 8. And out through the left completely. In through the left for 4 and hold for 8. And out through the right completely. In through the right for 4 and hold. and out through the left completely. Final retention on both sides, so breathing in through the left for 4 and hold. And out through the right for 8. Final retention in through the right for 4 and hold. And release the right hand, just breathing here. Coming back to a natural, easeful breath. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, making your way down onto your mats, resting on your backs, releasing the whole body, the spine. Just release and rest for a few moments here, noticing the body melting, surrendering to the ground beneath you. Noticing the breath in its 4 parts once again. And when you're ready, we're going to make a little bit of movement. So taking the arms overhead into a full body stretch. Bring your feet a little closer. As you begin to point the toes, point the fingers, stretch like a long piece of elastic, lengthening and stretch as far as you can. And on your next exhalation, just let everything flop and rest. Breathing in, stretch and lengthen. And breathing out, release and relax. In through the nose, out through the mouth if you wish to. Nice big sigh as you release from the jaw. When you're ready, rotating wrists and ankles in your own time with your own breath. One direction, then the other. And we're going to banana the body over to one side. So shuffle the feet over to the left. Upper body over to the left as well. Draping the arms overhead. Grabbing hold of opposite wrists or elbows. If you want to increase the stretch, you can take that right ankle over left. Keeping the shoulders, the head and neck completely passive. When you're ready, doing the same on the other side, shuffling the feet over to the right, upper body as well. Drawing that left ankle over right if you did so on the other side, and just draping the arms overhead. Noticing the breath again in its 4 parts. Noticing that stillness at the end of the exhalation. See if you can really accentuate that stillness, so that length of the exhalation. Really let it go. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just release completely. And as we release out, imagine expelling any unwanted energy through this side of the body. Any stiffness, anything we're holding on to, let it go with the breath. One more breath here. And when you're ready, coming back to center. So moving now in time with the breath, we're going to lengthen and stretch, point the toes. As you breathe out now, begin to flex the feet and draw the arms down slowly towards your sides in time with the breath. So again, if there's a pause at the end of the exhalation, just holding it there. There's no rush, there's nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to do except for be present in this moment. So really make it count. Hold that stillness. Make that moment last before you begin to move again. So when that next breath comes, take the arms back overhead. So see if you can make this a really slow and mindful process. Even if you do this sequence quite often, just see if you can change it a little. See if you can bring a bit more mindfulness, a bit more awareness to every sensation, every part of the body, every part of the sequence. See if you can notice something new each and every time you move, or every time you're still. Wonderful, guys. On your next breath, I'd like you to begin to bend the knees, drawing the feet down towards the ground. Push the feet down to the ground and lift the hips up. We're going to come all the way up now into a bridge. So if you wish to, you can reach towards the feet. You can interlock the fingers under the body. Keep the chin in towards the chest. And just begin to lengthen and stretch this area of the body now, raising the hips up. And then release the hands as you begin to lower the hips back down. So grabbing hold of a block, if you have one nearby, foam cushion or book, whatever you have. And we're going to do the same again, but this time lifting the hips up and placing the block between the sacroiliac dimples. So just between where the bottom is and the lower back, that space in between. And this time, palms facing up. So we're allowing this natural fluid of the body to begin to draw down towards the thyroid gland in the throat. The thyroid gland which regulates our immunity, our hormones. We're drawing oxygenated blood to this area, cleansing and rejuvenating it. So just breathing there. Imagine your throat like gills of a fish. You may wish to make a ujjayi breath here, so narrowing the glottis of the throat, imagining your throat has gills and breathing from those gills now. So you're making a slight sound of the ocean breath. This is sometimes called ujjayi breath. Really breathing into the throat. This pranayama, this breath sequence can also be quite energizing, quite cleansing for the body. If it doesn't come naturally, just come back to a natural breath. Wonderful, guys. Pressing the weight into the feet. If you have your block up high, turn the block down or remove the block. We're going to take the legs up into waterfall pose now. So just legs up towards the sky or ceiling. Arms just resting either side of you. So again, this is a wonderful posture if you're overheated, or you have very tired legs, or you've got puffy legs for whatever reason. It also really helps with our immunity, and similar to the bridge pose that we just did, helps to drain the lymphatic system, stimulate the thyroid gland. Just breathing there. If you wish to now, we'll come into a bit of a shoulder stand. So just bending the knees, we can begin to rock the knees in towards the forehead, so you can keep the block there, remove the block. So as you do, as you begin to draw your knees in towards your nose, you can take hold of the lower hips. So you're resting your hands on your lower back, so you're drawing your nose towards your knees. And then if you feel comfortable too, you can begin to straighten out the legs. So the legs could be overhead, so your hips are slightly bent, that's fine. Keep your knees bent if you wish to. So only go as far as is comfortable. Breathing there. If you want to practice this against the wall, that's absolutely fine. Just take your time here. Careful of your neck. If you have any issues with your neck, just come down into the previous posture. Now, if you feel comfortable here and you feel confident to take the legs overhead, you can either have a chair resting behind you to lower your legs onto, or you can begin to slowly lower the legs overhead, drawing the toes down towards the ground. This might be too much, so just take it slowly, breathing there. When you're ready, bend those knees, reverse the way you came up, so stroking the back of the legs, remove that block if you have it there, and just hug your knees in towards your chest, and close your eyes. Soften your neck, soften your throat, and just breathe. And take a gentle rock from side to side, and then rolling over to your right side now. I'm going to take a couple of stretches on your right side, so releasing the hand under the head, flexing the feet. Now you can either keep your lower foot down or raise it up, and if you want to, you can always take a blanket or cushion under that lower hip, which is what I'm going to do now. So if you have any discomfort in that lower hip, we have a hard floor beneath you, then just take it easy here. Nice. So resting the hands, so it's as though you're stood up straight, but your body's nice and straight, but you've just been pushed over to the side. So keep that low foot down or up, and we're just going to begin to pulse that top foot up and down in time with the breath. So keep the foot flexed to engage the leg muscles. So this sequence of posture is great for the areas surrounding the knee. So if you have any knee issues, we're strengthening the muscles that surround the knee, so therefore supporting the knee joint. You can keep the knees slightly bent if that helps. Then we're going to circle that top foot, moving in time with the breath. Big or small circles, it's up to you. Moving one direction then the other. And then bringing the foot back to its neutral position, we're going to kick up and back in an opposite direction. So back behind you, keep that leg straight. Just use your heel to imagine there's a positive light switch behind you. We're just going to switch it on as you breathe. Wonderful. When you're ready, lowering both heels together, bend your knees so both knees are together. Keeping your heels together now, we're just going to draw that top knee up and down into a clam posture. Now this posture, again, is really good. This sequence of posture, in fact, is really good for the IT band and your glutes. So if you have weak glutes or IT band, if you do running or have any issues with this area, if this area is weak, Tends to be a great sequence to support this area, to strengthen and stabilize the area of the IT band. Wonderful. Lowering the knees together, giving that top hip a little tap and a rub to release any lactic acid. Wonderful. So we'll do the same on the other side. Swivel round, but you guys can just move over to the other side. And again, exactly the same as what you did before. If you hovered both legs away, if you had the lower leg down, just do whatever you did on the other side. So flexing, the right foot now pulsing up and down. Wonderful. Now circling that top foot. Big or small circles. See what feels good for you today. And then moving in the opposite direction. This is the wonderful thing about yoga, is that you feel completely different every time you practice. So this can be a source of causing judgment towards yourself, and I think, oh, I found this so easy last week and I find it really difficult today. But actually you have those other days, so it just shows that you're just in a different place every single day, and every space that you're in is worth honouring, whatever is going on, and that it changes like the wind. So just enjoying whatever's going on today, and then kicking up and back with that light switch. And then lowering the heels together. Oh, nice. So just tapping and rubbing this top hip now. Wonderful, guys. Keeping your heels together. Into a clam. And when you're ready, we're just going to roll onto our bellies. You can keep that support under the hips if you want to, if you find your hips dig down into the earth. And we'll come into Sphinx posture. So elbows roughly in under your shoulders or a little further forward. Spreading the fingers, or if you feel a pinching in your lower back, if it's a general ache in your lower back, that's fine, but if it's a real pinching or twinging, then just take the arms out in front of you. You can make a triangle with the hands, just breathing there. If not, just draw those elbows comfortably in line with the shoulders, close the eyes, draw the shoulder blades back and down, shoulders away from the ears, breathing there. So softening the lower back and spine now. The area of our adrenals, our kidneys, our liver. Focusing on this area now. And imagine the breath like fluid liquid flowing down. Imagine that pubic bone reaching down, rooting down towards that rock in the core of the earth. Feeling that grounded energy coursing down. Helping you feel connected, supported and grounded. And then we're just going to look very gently over the right shoulder. And then over the left shoulder. So we're going to come into what's called shoelace pose, but on the hands, or tie, could be our bow tie posture. And you can watch me to begin with. We're going to take the right hand under the left and the left hand under the right, and we're just going to lower the head down. So it doesn't matter if the head's hanging, this is fine. If you want to, and you have a block, you can place that block under the forehead. So create more of a supportive posture. So from the Sphinx posture, you're taking your right hand under so that your palm is facing up. So your right hand feeds under, and your left does the same thing. So you're crossing, your elbows are in line with one another, and you can just drop your head down towards this block or down towards the ground. Palms facing up or down. Just close the eyes. This really helps to open the shoulder blades. Think of the breath moving its way through the ribs, through the chest, through the throat. One more deep breath here. Remove the arms the way you came, so untie, right arm and left, and then we'll do the same on the other side. Right arm comes over, left arm over, and release the head back down. Wonderful, guys. Come back the way you came. Remove the block away. And we're going to push the weight back now into a child's pose. So release the body completely. If you have that cushion, you might want to place it under the bottom. You might want to keep cushion or block under the forehead. And just take the arms out in front of you, or releasing the hands back towards the feet. So from here we're going to come into hare pose, which is, and I'll just demonstrate, taking the weight of the body on towards the crown, the top of the head. So from our child's pose, you can watch me to begin with, we're going to simply bring the knees hip distance apart and take the weight onto the top of the head. So you can keep the hands back towards the heels if you want to. Or you can rest the hands wherever's comfortable, just drape them beside you. But it's like in a headstand, you're taking the weight into the top of the head, but you're keeping the knees down. If you want, you can keep a block under the head, that's fine. Again, just breathing there, breathing into that thyroid gland, allowing that lymphatic system to be drained down. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, come to sit on your heels for a few moments. Bring the head up nice and slowly so you don't get a head rush. And from here we're going to tuck the toes under to come sit. This is a good stretch for the ankles. So tuck the toes under to sit on the heels once again. You can keep a cushion under the bottom if that feels good for you. You won't stay here for long, don't worry. And then when you're ready, coming on to all fours. So if you need to, you can take support under the knees. If there's any ailments in the knees, just do what feels good for you today. And we're going to move into a cat-cow sequence of breathing in, opening the heart space, draw the shoulders back and down, breathing out, tuck the hips under, draw the chin towards the chest. Moving in your own time with your own breath. Listening to the breath in its 4 parts. No rush, no stress or strain, just move slowly and mindfully. Even if you do this sequence quite often and move quite fast, just see if you can slow it down today. Really indulge in the present moment. The only moment that truly exists. Just enjoy it. Indulge in it, make it last, make it count. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes under and take our weight back into a downward dog. So take your time here, keep your hands roughly shoulder width apart a little bit further, knees hip distance a little bit further, push through the feet. Take the weight up and back towards the heels. So the heels might still be raised from the ground, that's fine. You might want to bend the knees slightly if you have tight hamstrings. If you have really tight shoulders, you can keep a bend in the elbows. You can stay nice and still here or create just a bit of movement if that feels good for you today. And then find that place of stillness. So close your eyes. Allow the head just to hang, a couple of yeses or nos with the head, and then just release completely here. So just breathe. And then from here, bending one knee then the other, just moving through the knees. And when you're ready, slowly walk the feet all towards the hands or the hands towards the feet. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees slightly, allow the body to rest over the thighs and grab hold of opposite elbows or wrists. You're just dangling down like a rag doll. Breathing there. Imagine any thoughts of the mind pouring out from the top of the head, melting deep down into the earth's core, being purified by that seed that you planted. So just let it go. Release the arms when you're ready. Bring the feet a little closer together. Bring the hands to the shins. Take a nice flat back as though you're carrying a tray of cups. Breathing in as you breathe out, lower once again. This time with the hands behind the legs, nose towards the knees, elbows wide. Slight bend in the knees if you need to. And then bring the feet hip distance apart once again. We're going to ragdoll our way up to standing. So see how slow you can move. Moving vertebra by vertebra. Very slowly and mindfully bring yourself to standing. Rotate the shoulders away from the ears, rotating a few times. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, shoulders towards the ears. Breathe it out, let it go. And then grabbing yourself a glass of water if you have one near. Wonderful. So we're going to come into a few sun salutations. So when you're ready, coming towards the front of your mats. Taking the hands towards the lower back, pushing the hips forward, so opening through the heart space, drawing the elbows in towards one another. Think of engaging the lower tummy muscles and just eking the hips forward. So draw the chin in towards the chest and just open the chest, open the heart, hips forward. You can begin to look up. Just don't collapse the back of the neck, just look up gently. And then come back to neutral position this time. Bringing the palms together. You can interlock the fingers this time. Bringing the arms up in line with the ears, hips forward. We're going to fold down now. So from the hips, like a garlic press, just folding from the hips, sticking the bottom out, lowering the hands, lowering the arms, dangling there like we did before. Nice flat back, hands to shins. And lowering down, stepping back, right leg then left into plank position. So breathing there. Looking down towards the space between the hands as you keep the hips level with the heels and the shoulders. Holding it there, a couple more breaths. Nice deep breaths here, really go for it. When you're ready, lower those knees down, tuck the elbows in, draw the chin down towards the ground. We're going to come up now into a Sphinx or up dog. Do what feels good for you today. Bring the weight back onto all fours, tuck the toes under, back into your downward dog. Taking 3 nourishing breaths here. Bending one knee then the other. We can walk or jump the feet back to center. Reverse swan dive, so take the arms all the way up and back to your heart space. We're going to come into Surya Namaskar B, so Sun Salutation B. So this time the arms come up and we're going to swan dive down this time. So take the arms wide, chest forward, come all the way down. Hands to shins, nice flat back. And this time we're going to step the right foot back, lower the right knee, release the right foot, and we're going to come up here into a bit of a half knee. Take the arms up, overhead, or arms in line with the shoulders. You can stay here. If you feel okay in your head and neck, you can bring the palms together and look up towards the space between the thumbs. Lovely. We're going to come into a twist from here. So keep the palms together, opposite elbow to opposite knee, to the outer edge of that knee. You can watch me to begin with. And we're going to come into a twist. So push the top hand into the bottom. And if you want, you can tuck the toes under and lengthen that back leg. Looking towards the top elbow as you do so. When you're ready, release the hands either side of the foot, step back into plank, breathing there. Lower the knees down, tuck the elbows in, chin towards the ground, come up into an up dog or low cobra or Sphinx. Tighten the back. Come back to all fours, tuck the toes under, into your downward dog, taking 3 nourishing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. The nose is fine. And then bending one knee then the other, we can jump or walk the right foot then the left forward, or just jump both feet forward, whatever feels good for you. Bend the knees, reverse swan dive, taking the arms up, palms together back to the heart space. Lovely. We'll do the same on the other side when you're ready. So taking the arms up, we're going to swan dive down, palms face away, like a garlic press, all the way down. Bend the knees if you need to. Hands to shins, nice flat back. Hands down, stepping the left foot back now as far as it will go into your lunge. Release that left knee and release the left foot. Taking the weight up onto that front thigh. Take the arms up in line with the ears. And then palms together, if that feels good for you, looking up towards the space between the thumbs, or keep the head level. Coming into your twist, so taking that left elbow to right knee, and then pushing the top hand into the bottom. So rather than looking down towards the toes, push the hand into the bottom, then we're going to take the gaze and look towards that top elbow. We'll just keep the head in line with the fingertips if there's any stiffness in the neck. So don't push or stretch the neck here. Just breathe in there. When you're ready, come back to center. We're going to take the weight onto our bellies now and resting here completely. So release your arms out in front of you, make a pillow with the hands. Bring the feet a little wider and just rest now. Feel the heartbeat in your chest, in the earth beneath you, making that contact with the ground. Feel that heartbeat begin to slow as you come into a more restful sequence now. Attune with your breath. You have your head resting on one side, turn it over to the other side. We'll come into our flapping fish posture here. So imagine that you have a magnet on the end of your left elbow and your left knee, and we're going to draw them in towards one another. So bending your left elbow and knee, which therefore makes the right side nice and long, feeling a lateral stretch through the right side of the body. As though you're lying in bed, so there should be no discomfort here. Just breathe there. If it's too much to bend the knee, just keep the legs straight and take the upper body over to one side, or vice versa. And then do the same on the other side when you're ready. So lengthen the left. Imagine that magnet on your right knee and right elbow, and again breathing there. When you're ready now, turning over onto your backs for Shavasana, final relaxation. So in fact what we can do from here, if you wish to, is we're going to come into a bit of an open back stretch. So if you have your mat underneath you, but you have a carpet underneath that, then you can just roll your mat. So we're not quite done yet. Rid of that ant. So roll your mat. And then taking your mat lengthways and keeping a cushion nearby, I'm going to place the cushion on the top of the mat, okay? And what we're going to do is bring the bottom in line with the base of your mat here, and we're going to slowly draw your spine down along the length of your mat, tucking that cushion under, and just take the legs long. So if that feels really uncomfortable, if it doesn't feel good for you today, just release that mat. I'd like you to walk the hands a little further down your body, so just lengthen the shoulders. So tucking your chin slightly in towards your chest, so your head is slightly raised above your heart here. Open the heart space and just breathe there. So this is a wonderful posture to release the back muscles, to open the heart, open the chest if you're tight in the shoulders, and also releasing tension from that thyroid gland, lymphatic system once again, draining stress from your hips, from your legs. Just breathing now and releasing completely. So being quiet here now for the next few moments, drawing the attention in towards the heart space, in towards the breath. I want you to imagine a wave of relaxation moving down from the very top of your head, the space above the top of your head, down the crown of your head, your face, your neck, melting your shoulders, your chest, your spine, hips, legs and feet. And then from your feet going all the way up, breathing in, breathing out, this wave going from the top of the head down towards your feet. So imagine this wave of relaxation flowing up and down your body in time with your breath. So if you wish to now, placing right hand on your belly and left hand on your heart. Just noticing that journey of the breath. Noticing any sensation, maybe the beating of your heart, the ebb and flow of the breath. Just notice anything you come upon. Notice with a gentle awareness now. I would like you to bring your awareness back to that heart's intention, that seed that you planted in the heart space at the beginning of the practice. And imagining it rooted down, coursing its way up and creating the most beautiful flower in the heart space. Maybe a lotus flower, whatever colour you wish to imagine. And imagine now taking a few deep breaths and smelling the most beautiful fragrance. Soothing, healing fragrance from deep in the earth's core. And just feeling a sense of pride, a sense of gratitude for your yoga practice. For your yoga practice in general. Just take this time to give thanks. To feel grateful. And Just feel grateful to yourself for making this time today to honour your spirit, your soul, and to be able to carry this forward to loved ones, to those near or far, to anyone in the world who needs this positivity, this positive energy now. Feel yourself connected with everyone and anyone by this root, by this heart's intention. And imagine gaining strength from those around you, those near or far. And knowing that this energy is there for you whenever you need it. Abundance of energy within you and around you, guiding you, reassuring you, and keeping you safe. So when you're ready, just begin to wriggle fingers and toes and rolling onto one side, away from your support now, from your rolled up mat, and just take your way over to one side for a few moments now. Couple of deep breaths here. When you're ready, turn the palms down and bring yourself to a comfortable seated posture. Bringing your hands maybe to your knees or your lap. Just settling through the body and mind and breath, just noticing anything you come upon with a gentle awareness now. And when you're ready, bringing the palms of the hands to the heart space. We'll make the chant of Om just once to end the practice. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Om. Wonderful. Rubbing the palms, make them nice and warm, and place the hands over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready, and just allow the hands to melt down away from the face like warm candle wax. Bringing the hands to the head for the right thoughts, to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart for the right intentions. Namaste.